As the Supreme Court of India reopens today, July 8th, after its summer vacation, we are here to catch you up on the major verdicts and hearings that are highly anticipated in the coming months. Let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about some key pronouncements we are waiting for. Constitutional validity of Section 6A of Citizenship Act. Section 6A of the Citizenship Act 1955 is under scrutiny. This section allows foreign migrants of Indian origin who came to Assam after January 1st, 1966, but before March 25th, 1971, to seek Indian citizenship. Indigenous groups in Assam have challenged this, arguing it legalizes illegal infiltration from Bangladesh. The bench led by CJI Diva Chandrachud has deserved its judgment since December 2023. Minority status of Aligarh Muslim University. Next, the issue of granting minority status to Aligarh Muslim University is pending. A bench headed by CJI Diva Chandrachud reserves its judgment in February 2024. The main question is whether AMU, established and governed by a statute, can claim minority status. This involves reconsidering past decisions and legislative amendments. The outcome will be crucial for educational institutions claiming minority status under Indian law. Chief Minister Kejriwal's challenge to arrest by ED. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's challenge to his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate under the PMLA is another major case. Kejriwal was arrested in March in connection with a liquor policy controversy. The Supreme Court provided interim release in May, but his conditions, including not attending the CM office, are still in place. A final decision is awaited which will affect not just Kejriwal but also the interpretation of the PMLA. Centre versus state powers over taxing of mineral rights and mining leases. The Supreme Court is also set to rule on whether royalties on mining leases are taxes and if states can levy such royalties. This issue was heard by a 9-judge constitution bench with the judgment reserved since March 2024. Interpretation of Article 39B of the Constitution. Another significant case involves the interpretation of Article 39B of the Constitution regarding whether private resources are part of the material resources of the community. This 9-judge bench decision, reserved in May 2024, could redefine resource allocation and community rights in India. Validation of subclassification within SCs and STs for reservations. The validity of subclassification within scheduled castes and tribes for reservation is under review. A 7-judge bench led by CJI Diva Chandrachud has reserved its decision since February 2024. This verdict could impact reservation policies across India. Challenge to penal provisions of CJST and SGST Act and Customs Act. Penal provisions of laws like the CGST and Customs Act are being challenged for compatibility with the Code of Criminal Procedure and the Constitution. The bench has made several key observations, and the final judgment, reserved in May 2024, could reshape how financial crimes are prosecuted in India. Regulatory powers over industrial alcohol under IDR Act 1951. Whether industrial alcohol can be classified as intoxicating liquor under state laws is also being considered by the Supreme Court. A 9-judge bench reserved its verdict in March 2024. This decision will influence regulatory powers between the state and central government. The reference arose when in Synthetics and Chemicals Limited versus State of UP, a 7-judge bench had failed to address Section 18G's interference with the concurrent powers of the state. Contempt case against Patanjali Ayurved and Baba Ramdev. Lastly, a contempt case against Patanjali Ayurved and its founders for misleading advertisements is pending. The court has reserved its order, and this case highlights the importance of honest marketing practices. They also tendered an apology to the court for publishing the ads in violation of the court's injunctions. Apart from these awaited pronouncements, there are several important hearings scheduled. Let's take a look at a few. Challenge to NEET UG 2024 examination. The Supreme Court will hear petitions challenging the NEET UG 2024 exam on July 8th. Allegations of malpractices and irregularities have been raised, and the outcome could affect medical admissions nationwide. Election freebies promised by political parties. The court will also hear a PIL challenging the validity of election freebies promised by political parties. The bench of CJI Chandrachud on March 20th termed the case to be an important matter. review of the marriage equality case. On July 10th, the Supreme Court will review its decision on same-sex marriage in the case of Supriya versus Union of India, where the top court refused to recognize same-sex marriages as valid in law. This will address public and legal debates about marriage equality in India. Reconsideration of the PMLA judgment. The court will reconsider the judgment in Vijay Madan Lal Chaudhary versus Union of India, which upheld the constitutional validity of various provisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The hearing will begin on July 23rd. This could lead to significant changes in the enforcement of money laundering laws. Contempt case against DDA Vice Chairman. The court will also address a contempt case against the DDA Vice Chairman Subhashish Panda for illegally felling trees in Delhi's Ridge Forest. A compliance report is due on July 11th. Plea for expert committee on new criminal laws. Lastly, a plea for an expert committee to assess 3 new criminal laws will be heard soon. These laws, effective from July 1st, are under scrutiny for their viability and impact. That's a wrap on our brief recollection of the major verdicts and hearings to watch out for as the Supreme Court reopens. Stay tuned to Live Law for more updates on these significant legal developments, and thank you for watching.